Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Tyler. Tyler is from California, but he lives in Germany. So let's see what Tyler has to say. Enjoy the interview.
There we
So,
go.
so hello Tyler, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, William?
Very well, thanks so much for taking the time today for the interview. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So how's your day going so far?
It's good. I woke up, got some coffee, took a shower. Mm.
And you're here now with me.
Yeah, now I'm here. So,
Do you consider yourself to be more of a day or night person?
definitely, I would say like a fine mid, like a in between, like both.
Uh-huh. And tell me, Tyler, where are you from?
So originally I'm from California in the Bay Area, but I currently live in Germany.
And why the change from California to Germany?
So for work, I'm in the US military. So they base you where they need you. So they put me in Europe.
Wow, amazing. So walk me through a little bit about your career in the US military.
So I enlisted when I was 17, because I didn't have a plan after school. So I left and went to training over on the East Coast in South Carolina, and then I got transferred to Virginia for like my actual job training. And then in January of 2022, I moved to Europe and I've been there since.
I see. And what's so far for you? What's the biggest joy of being in the army?
Um, the bonds that you make with people. So everyone is from different places. And so you kind of get a taste of life from a different perspective, hearing stories about like where people grew up and how they grew up, and just to hear the diverse cultures um, is really interesting and fun and cool.
I see. And Germany is the first country that you've been living since you joined the army?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. And it looks like you're going to stay there for a long while or just for a period of time?
So the contracts are 3 years, so I will leave in 2025. Um, and then I'm not sure where I'm going next.
I see. But you're still gonna carry on with the army,
Yeah, I think I'm gonna,
U.S. military.
yeah, I think I'm gonna stay with them for at least another 3 to 6 years.
Amazing. Okay, so during the journey, I'm going to explore a bit more about your life overall and also about your point of views. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
So before we start our journey, Will in the Magic Box, would you like you to tell me something interesting about yourself?
Interesting about me. I have done a lot of different things in my life, growing up. So I kind of bounced around with different extracurricular activities. I did musical theater for a while. Then I switched over to sports. So I did track and field, volleyball, and then I ended up falling in love with cheerleading. So
Wow.
in high school, I started cheerleading, and then COVID hit, which kind of slowed everything down. But I found one gym that was like, we're not closing. Like, we understand that, teenagers need to run around and be free, so we're gonna stay open. Um, and so I moved to that gym and then absolutely fell in love with the sport.
Wow.
Mm.
Amazing. Wow. Okay. Tyler, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views?
I am.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So this is my best friend, okay? Full of fun questions. I'm just gonna play a song now just for us to relax a bit before the first question, okay?
Okay.
Let's do it. Right, so before we start the game, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about for some reason, you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Okay.
First question for you is, what is the weirdest or the funniest dream you ever had?
Weirdest or funniest dream? Um, I think the weirdest dream I ever had was in high school. Me and my friends, like, we always are out, like, we're going to do stuff, or we're like going on day trips or like weekend trips. And I think the funniest dream I had was right when I came back from Six Flags Magic Mountain down in Southern California. Um, Me and my friends um decided that we were gonna not take a coaster, not take a roller coaster, but we were gonna run up the tracks, and then we were gonna try to slide down the coaster by just holding on to it. And this was all in a dream, obviously. But it was just super funny because I ended up like doing it, and then we got to the bottom, and there was like one of the brake things in the track, and it was just smack, like right in between my legs. So yeah.
Oh my God. And do you have brother and sister as well, siblings?
So I did have a brother. Um, Unfortunately, he did pass away last year. So
Oh,
yeah.
sorry to hear that. Sorry. Okay. Next question. Let's do it.
I love
Okay,
it.
next question for you is, where do you see yourself living when you retire?
Where do I see myself living when I retire? I envision a 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom house in either or Spain or like Greece, somewhere in Europe.
Wow, anywhere specific in Spain, Greece, or anywhere?
Barcelona in Spain, most definitely. And then Greece, just somewhere close to the beach, just anywhere near the beach.
I'm sure it's not going to be difficult there to find a beach closer to you in there for sure.
Right.
And it's so beautiful as well. My goodness. It's, wow,
Um,
Greece is. And have been both places? Have visited before?
I haven't been in Greece yet. That's still on my
Mhm.
bucket list, but I was in Barcelona this last summer,
I
and I
see.
absolutely fell in love with it. It was perfect.
Amazing. Next question. Let's do it. Right. So before the next question, tell me how was growing up in California, in the USA? Tell me a little bit about your childhood memories.
So growing up in California, specifically, so I'm from Santa Cruz, California, and growing up, it was just a lot of like inclusion. Everybody knew everybody. Um, and I had a really nice childhood. Like when you think of like the the perfect family, that was kind of my family because I was adopted at birth. Um,
Wow.
and so I have two dads, and then my younger brother was adopted a year after me. And so it was kind of just like we got like I don't want to say spoiled, but we were kind of spoiled. So a lot of stuff was just like given to me. Um, and like a lot of people wanted to hang out with us because like, oh my gosh, you have two dads. That's so cool. And so just having the outlet of like a lot of people around you and growing up with you and then watching them all progress in life is super fun and super nice. And you get to hear a lot of different stories from a lot of different people because like they all end up moving from either like the East Coast or somewhere to come to this location. And it's super cool hearing all the different stories. Mm.
Wow, beautiful. So you have, I believe, your dads, they are gay couple.
Yeah, yeah, they got married in 2015.
Wow, my God, that's such a beautiful story. My goodness. And for you, and I believe you are gay as well.
I am, yes.
That's amazing. My goodness, imagine being gay and have two gay dads.
It was really easy to like come out. Like I don't have the I didn't have like the worrisome or like the oh my gosh, is this really like something that I want to tell them right now? It was pretty much just like, hey, like I'm gay. And then that was literally all I had to say. But I mean there was some question though, like, are you sure? Like, is this really like, are you 100% sure? And I'm like, yeah, I think so. Like, I'm pretty positive. And so, yeah.
Wow. And tell me how is being a gay American, guy in the army or in Germany. So tell me how is for you. Are you out? Is it's okay for you? Tell me a little bit about if you can share.
Yeah, so I wanted to go into the military and just kind of be like, just kind of more like not as open, just be like, oh, like I'm gay, but kind of like hide it as long as I can, just because I wasn't sure how people were gonna react or like what they were gonna say or do. But it was really difficult because I'm like I grew up and like I've been out for so many years, so it's like it was kind of difficult for me to push that aside. And so as soon as I got in, people already knew. They're like, okay, he's gay. Like it doesn't matter. And that's what I like about the military is like it doesn't matter who you are or like how you grew up. It's just something that um is part of who you are and nobody really judges. And if they do, they don't voice like their discrimination, which I really love. Being in Germany and out is definitely like I don't know, a cool experience. Like it was very like mind opening to just kind of see the difference between Europe and the US because not a lot of people or there's not as much inclusion in the US than there is in Europe. And that's something that took me a minute to get used to, but I really like Europe. Like it's perfect for me.
Amazing. Very good. Next question for you is, what is the most beautiful gift have I received?
Most beautiful gift that I've ever received. Um, the most beautiful gift I think I've ever received is more or less understanding that um, life itself is a gift. And to see people come and go um, helps you grow, like because you learn from experience and then you have key takeaways from poor experiences. But more specifically, to see how many people like care for my family, especially when my brother passed away, was a really amazing gift for me because I didn't realize how many lives my brother had touched until the day of his funeral when like a bunch of people came that I totally forgot were even like that even grew up with us. I was like, wow, this is a lot of people that I know personally. So, yeah,
He was older or younger than you?
younger. Yeah, he
Younger
had
than you.
just turned 18.
Wow. Um, Saying that, you're talking about life, about, as life is a gift. What's the meaning of life for you, Tyler?
Um, the meaning of life for me is like to understand and process um the changes and the different experiences that you'll undergo but to also understand that you learn from everything and you never know too much. And I think that life itself teaches you that, especially like as a teenager, um, and going through like school, you think that you know everything, and then you get into the real world and you're like, oh my gosh, there's so much I don't understand yet. And so life itself is just an ongoing experience, and every day, um, I believe that you need to stay open-minded and open to change because at any instant, life can change.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think when you realize that, you don't know anything, that you're gonna learn, a lot. I think you feel free. It's feeling free when you know that, you know, we're gonna go to another worlds without knowing so many things. So imagine like when you have the opportunity to learn anything, like a random thing every day. I think it's a gift when you have the opportunity to, could be anything. It doesn't need to be nothing connected with, school or job or career or anything random. When you learn something, you go like, oh my god, that's I just learned my day. When I learn something new, for me, it's like I just earned my day when I get to learn
Mhm.
something new. It doesn't matter what.
Exactly.
Yeah, for me, that's the meaning of life. Ready for another one?
Yes.
Let's do it. Next question. You always had this very calm and comforting voice.
Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely like one thing that people notice is like I have this very laid back, calm, and like collected voice. Um,
Absolutely. In the
yeah.
beginning, I thought you were a bit nervous, but now I can see that's just the way you talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a part of me.
Right. What next question is, what's your funniest memory of your time at school?
All right, my sophomore year of high school, I believe I was what? This was like 16-year-old Tyler. Um, it was Halloween, and I was like, I want to do something fun. I want to do something different and exciting. So I went to Ross, and I found these like 5-inch stiletto heels, all black. And I was like, okay, these are the ones. So I bought them, and then I went to another store and I bought a corset, fishnet, fishnet leggings, some like booty shorts, and like a black wig. And then I had my friend do my makeup, and I went to school like that. So I was walking around for, was it like 9 hours? And like these 5-inch heels. I didn't bring any other shoes, so I was like stuck in them in class and stuff. And I was walking around school, so I decided, you know what, walking is boring. So I'm gonna run in heels. And I started running, and within the first like 10 steps, I just face planted. Like I literally just like fell to the ground.
Oh,
Everybody was around me, they were recording it, they caught me falling, and it just started going all over like Instagram and Snapchat, and everyone was posting about it. And I was like,
oh my God.
I'm not even embarrassed because I'm laughing at myself too. So go ahead and laugh if you want. But yeah, that's my funniest memory.
Did you like school growing up?
I liked it until about my sophomore year of high school, like the second semester. So from like January to May, I was just kind of like out of place. I was like, I felt really like distant from everybody else. So I was like, what am I doing going to public school every day if I just don't feel like I'm involved enough? So I transferred to a charter school and basically did like half going to school, half at home. Um,
Uh-huh.
and it was just easier for me. Mhm.
I see. Okay. Next question, Tyler. Let's do it. Next one. Next question is, so far, what's the happiest day in your life and why?
The happiest day of my life was the day that I joined the military. Like officially, like out of training, like when I first moved to Europe, that was the happiest day of my life because it just showed that I had the willpower and the strength to make it through some of the hardest or most challenging trainings that somebody can go through. Um, and so to know that like I was able to make it through um, really just made me proud of myself and made me kind of realize like there's nothing you can't do if you don't put your mind to it. Mhm.
Wow, wow. My God, you describe it now. I can picture like yourself, you know what I mean, having this moment where you joined, you starting a journey, you know what I mean, that you're gonna have, as you said, training, challenging memories, you know, beautiful moments. And I think those journeys, when they're presented to us and you started, it's a gift that you're gonna go like, my goodness, it's something beautiful starting right now. It's
Mhm.
powerful. Very
Yes.
good. Right, I have three questions left. Okay, let's do
Okay.
it. Right, before the next question, I'm going to ask a question in two parts. Okay, the
Okay.
first part of the question is, did your parents, did they support you when you decide to go to the, you know, to the army? And the second part of the question is, do you have contacts to your biological parents or not?
Okay, so my parents did support me when I joined the military. I believe I believe if I remember correctly, they were more concerned of like, are you really sure? Like, are you certain this is what you want to do? And when I like confirmed that, I needed parental consent to enlist because I wasn't 18 at the time. Um, so they gave me the consent to do it. In terms of if I'm being in contact with my birth parents, I have never talked to them. Um,
I see.
and there's not a day that goes by that like I think about trying to contact them. There was a time like in high school and stuff where I was like, I want to get to know like where I'm from, where I come from, like
Yeah,
who my parents are, but not anymore because you can choose to either embrace and enjoy what you have, or you can choose to live in the past and try your best to not focus on the present.
I
And I
see.
choose to focus on the present and where I'm at now.
Amazing. Good. Next question is, what makes you most uncomfortable about yourself?
Most uncomfortable about myself? Um, Most uncomfortable about myself. Like anything like physical or like
Could be anything like physical or, you know, could be anything.
the most uncomfortable thing about myself is like my stomach. Like the fact that like hair is growing on my stomach. Like it just I don't know what it is, but it's just like go away. Like let me just be somebody that has a smooth body, like from the chest down. Just let me have a smooth body. Because that's a lot to maintain. So yeah, I think that's the most uncomfortable thing about myself for me.
I see. And the opposite, when you think about yourself, what the best part of being Tyler? What do you like the most about being you?
My outgoing personality, the fact that uh I'm not shy at all. And like I'm the kind of person that like will start a conversation with anybody and like I won't be nervous. I won't like there's not a thought in my head that says should I really like say something or should I just like go ahead and say it. Um and just being able to listen, like sit there and really listen to what somebody has to say, I think is one of my better qualities. and not really like I'm a very active listener, so I'm not on my phone, I'm not looking off into space. I'm very present into what somebody is saying when they're talking to me.
Wow, it's a gift because it's very difficult to live this way. You know what I mean? Nowadays, we are very distracted with our lives that when someone is focused, I think it's a gift when someone just can focus what you're saying. You know what I mean? Connecting with
Yeah.
someone and giving their our time or our time. I think it's something that people appreciate a lot nowadays. What's your star sign or astrology?
I'm a Taurus.
Taurus. May or
Yeah.
April?
May.
May? See,
Yeah.
okay. 2 questions left. Let's do
Mhm.
it. Next question for you is, what is a negative thing that happened to you that came out as a positive thing in the end?
Okay, so this ties into why I joined the military. The I would say the most negative thing about like me, um, I'm a recovering addict. So I used the experiences that I went through to realize that this is not the life that I envisioned for myself, and this is not where I ever wanted to be. So I enlisted in the military, um, and so that's what ultimately pushed me to get out of California and to get away from the poor decisions that I was making, especially during COVID. That was the hardest time, because that's when you have nothing to do. So it's easy to run to substances. Um, yeah.
Wow, thanks for sharing. And when you think about
Mhm.
that challenging journey that you went through, what's the positive message that you took out of that journey that you faced at the time?
Um, that everybody struggles with something, whether it's family, like self-conflict, drugs and alcohol, substance abuse. Um, but with every bad experience comes a positive experience. And so to be able to realize that through all the negatives, there's always going to be a positive within you, to be able to channel that positive experience and to remember those beautiful memories, then that is a big push to the next step, to getting away from, the negative experiences you're living with or dealing with now, and to realize that if you really apply yourself and work on yourself, that the positives will start to flow back in.
Wow, amazing. Ready for the last question, Tyler?
I am. Let's do it.
Ready?
Mhm.
Let's do it. Last question. But before the last question, I'm gonna ask 2 questions again in only one. Through your career in the military, tell me a moment or a situation that you're never gonna forget, that you're gonna go like, wow, that's always gonna have a special place in my heart. And the second part of the question is, people watch the interview right now, let's say the LGBTQ plus community, if they would like to join the military, yeah, what would be your best piece of advice?
Okay, so the most memorable experience so far that I've like lived in with the military, um, the day that I met my best friend in the military, um, when I first moved to Germany, I didn't know anyone. It's a whole new country, a whole new continent, a whole new group of people, and you feel so alone. And so for the first month, I didn't really connect with anybody because I was just kind of like feeling out the space, figuring out where I am, kind of um, taking it all in and analyzing That's something I do is like I analyze people's actions, their body movements, the way that they speak, and I can kind of pick and choose like, okay, this person can be somebody that I can talk to, or this person might be somebody that, I can say good morning to, or just like greetings of the day, but not much past that. My best friend came back from a work trip, and the day that he got back, he walked up to me because he noticed that I was standing alone, and he was like, "Is there anything that I can help you with, like getting settled in?" And from that moment on, we just clicked,
Wow.
and we've
Wow.
been best friends ever since.
He's American as well?
Yeah, yeah. And so,
Amazing.
yeah, ever since that day, like we're always together, always doing stuff.
Beautiful. And the
Um,
second part of the question.
yes, so for anybody that's part of the community that wants to join the military, um, understand that um, understand that not everybody is going to accept you for you or who you decide or who you are. Understand that there's always going to be somebody that might want to negatively impact your life. When they do, don't let it get to you, and understand that there are programs in place to help you um not um have to deal with the hate or the discrimination. And I think that's one of the best things in place, especially being gay in the military, is that if somebody does discriminate or like just try to say some hurtful things, you have that option to report them to your representative within your unit, and then they'll do what they can to um, either get rid of the problem or help take you out of the situation.
I think I'm so glad you shared that because again, when you think about military, you think about a very, masculine place where people, the old days, yeah, like how we come across the image of those times. And I'm so glad you're sharing that because people watching the interview, maybe they could be intimidated to be part of it, and somehow seeing you talking about that so openly about that and so true as well, I think it's is encouraging people to, maybe why not? I think nowadays people the world is more open about that, and yeah, I'm glad to share that because it's encouraging for people to, why not? If you want to be part of it, and I'm sure it's a beautiful career, as you can see how much we enjoy it.
Mhm. I
Yeah,
absolutely love it.
amazing. Last question is, who in your family you would trade place with and why? Let's say for a day, if you could.
If I could trade places with for a day and why, probably my father, who I refer to as Papa. I call one dad and one Papa. I would switch
Oh,
places with Papa because um he's kind of like he's done a lot in his life, like work wise, but now he's kind of just like stay at home, and he does all the cleaning and stuff and all the cool little crafts. So I would switch places with him so that I could sit at home all day for a day and not really worry about stuff. And he can go out and do my job because I know he misses he was a Marine back in um the 70s, no, the 80s. And so I would take his place. So he can go do the military work in the present, and I get to stay at home. Yeah.
oh, that's sweet. Very sweet. Okay, it's not the end yet. Okay, let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay?
Okay.
Let's start with family. One word.
Love,
Money.
spending,
Fear.
I guess like the unknown.
Okay. Life.
Beauty.
One word for love.
One word for love. Connection.
Sex.
Fun.
Look, your smile. Fun.
Yeah.
Religion.
Religion. Um, I guess like connection as well.
Politics.
Politics. Confusing.
Friendship.
Friendship. Bonds. Like bonding.
Desire.
Desire would be I can't think.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Again, after the interview, I wish I have said that.
Right, I know literally it's like I know as soon as it's done the word's gonna come back.
I know, it's always like that. Success.
Success. Uh Empowering.
Regret.
Experience.
Happiness.
Happiness. Joy.
Wish.
Wish. Dream.
Okay. One word for California.
California. Uh Exciting.
One word for USA.
One word for USA. Interesting.
One word for Germany.
Intriguing.
Oh, I like that. Intriguing. And the last one now. US military or military, one word.
Inclusive.
Beautiful, beautiful. Let's pretend now we're going to meet your best friend, the one you mentioned about that you met him in the military. So tell me, if I would ask him, define Tyler in one positive word and one negative word only, what he would say.
Positive word would probably be like contagious. And then negative, you would probably say embarrassing.
Interesting. Okay, let's play now Tyler and the magic box, and you can ask me a question. But okay, Tyler, but before you ask me the question, what's your favorite German word?
My favorite German word?
Yeah.
Oh my God, okay. Oh, okay. Um, Entschuldigung.
Which
It,
means?
it, it means excuse me, but it's just the word itself. Every time somebody says it to me, I just laugh because it's funny.
Okay, you can ask me a question now.
Okay, so it's written right here, and it's two parts.
Okay.
Um, what was one of the more challenging experiences in your life that you had to overcome? And then the second part is, what measures did you use to help overcome the experience?
Wow, beautiful question. You put me in the spot now, and I love being the spot. I love being the spot. Okay, right. I'm gonna tell you now that what comes to my mind is, I left Brazil when I was 19 years old. Yeah, I'm originally from Brazil, and I moved to Europe when I was 19. And I remember that I have a younger sister. She's 3 years younger than me. So I remember when I was living there in Portugal, like on my own, 19 years old, discovering the world, discovering myself. try to be a better person, help my family back in Brazil. And I remember calling my sister because I found my place there. I was so happy, like being independent, having opportunities in my life. And I remember calling my sister and kind of pushing her, come on, come try to come here as well. There are so many opportunities. You can change your life. You can do a lot of things. And she was very stubborn. She was, no, that's not for me. I'm happy the way I am right now. I live my life. I have a life that I'm enjoying it. And because where I come from is very small. It's a very small town. So I was like, no, you have so many opportunities here. So I was pushing her. I was trying to get her to live the life that I was living at the time. So I'm telling you that because at the time I have the way I was thinking was that people they could do things and people they could improve themselves, they could change their lives, but I couldn't see that. I couldn't see myself in other people. If for me I was enjoying being this way, maybe for the other people they're not, for them it was a different life. So for me, I like the question actually, because what helped me to understand that was it's life. I think living day by day, living on my own, away from my family. I didn't have any friends. I didn't know anyone. When you were saying about it took you a month for you to get used to the place, and I could picture myself that as well, because for me it took a while for me to understand a lot of things. So what helped me to understand that whatever you do in your life, people they find happiness in a different way. It doesn't mean, I understand that came from a good place because I want to help her. But at the same time as well, I need to understand that what's good for me cannot be good for other people as well. Even though coming from a good place, I want to help, I want them to improve themselves as well, their lives. So that's what I think something that I've learned with life. It's about that people they are different, you know what I mean? You see things in a way that people they see in a different way as well. And it's not right or wrong. It's just different way of seeing things. Yeah. So I think that's how I overcome that way, because I was very stubborn, you know what I mean? I could see just this direction. That's for me because I was feeling happy the way I was. But I could understand that for other people to see in a different direction was the right way as well. So for me it took me a while, and I think life that helps me, that being far away from my family, being far away from my friends, from my culture, everything that I left back in Brazil, that's how it helped me to understand that people they are different, people they see happiness in different ways, different way of expressing themselves. So yeah, that's something that's helped me to overcome and understand more about life and about myself as well. So I'm very happy and glad. When I look back now, I was like, oh my God, how could I try to push her to be somebody else that she wasn't herself? So yeah, that's my answer to you. I think it's something that helped me, and I'm so glad that life somehow, show me that people they can be happy in different ways, and not just about the way I was seeing. It could be different ways as well.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's my answer.
It's a
My
good answer.
God, Tyler, you put me in this spot. My goodness, I wasn't expecting that.
I was
Great.
like, I have to ask him something like that'll get.
You really put me in this spot. I was like, oh my God, what I'm gonna think right now? And this came to my mind like genuinely. So yeah, that's it. And I'm so grateful. And again, we when we like something, when you see ourselves improving, we just want to share with our loved ones that want us then to follow the same path. It
Yeah.
doesn't work like that. People they are happy in different ways. People they see life in different ways, and
Mhm.
it's okay as well. If it's not for me, it's fine. For them, it's fine as well. So that's how I've learned.
Exactly.
Did you enjoy the interview?
I did. I had a lot of fun.
Thank you. Thanks so much for taking the time. Thanks again for being so kind and also very sweet as well. When I approached you on social media, straight away you said, yes, let's do it. Let's do it. And I'm so glad that you shared so many, powerful things here. And I'm sure people watch this interview, they're going to appreciate that, because seeing someone so young and talking about so many things, in your life that you are enjoying now. And I think people appreciate that. Before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
Yeah, so I also wrote this down. So bear
Sure.
with me. I said, cherish and embrace every moment that you have with your loved ones. because at any moment, those moments can become beautiful memories.
Amazing.
Mhm.
Let's make memory every single day.
Exactly.
Thanks so much. Regards to your parents, and we keep in touch, okay? It was a pleasure having you on the show,
Yes,
okay,
thank
Tyler?
you so much.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.